เบื้องต้นขออนุญาตแจ้งกำหนดการสักเล็กน้อยนะครับเพราะเข้าใจว่าแต่ละท่านไม่มีกำหนดการที่เป็นทางการนะครับก็จริงๆเราจะเริ่มกำหนดเอาไว้บ่าย2 โมงนะครับจนถึงบ่าย3 โมงนะครับเดี๋ยวดร. เฟร็ด ฟินเล่เนี่ยก็จะได้นำเสนอหลักสูตรซูเปอร์พรีเมียมของทางมหาวิทยาลัย
You keep talking, I'll go sit down.
โอเค ของมหาวิทยาลัยมินนิโซตานะครับก็อยู่ในรัฐมินนิโซตาประเทศสหรัฐอเมริกานะครับวันนี้ก็จริงๆอาจารย์เฟร็ดเนี่ยมาเมืองไทยนับครั้งไม่ถ้วนแล้วหลายๆท่านก็อาจจะทราบนะครับจริงๆพูดไทยได้เยอะทีเดียวนะครับโอเคก็น่าจะพร้อมนะครับก็เดี๋ยวจะเชิญอาจารย์เฟร็ดขึ้นมาเลยนะครับ
สวัสดีครับ I am Fred Finley. I'm from the University of Minnesota and have worked in our teacher education programs for many years. I will not say how many. Please tell me if you need translation. If you do, please let us know so that we want to be sure you can understand as much as possible in the short time we have. The University of Minnesota is a campus, actually 2 campuses, of about 45,000 students and over 5,000 faculty. So it's a very large, comprehensive university in a beautiful setting. I want to show you a little bit of a YouTube about Minnesota and the cities. I have not tried to do this before, so I might get myself in trouble. This is about our campus and Minnesota. You can tell me and help me, please, because I will want to make this presentation more times. It might be that the speaker is too fast for you. You have to help me, please, and I will answer questions you might have, but I want to try this.
Your typical sleepy college town, situated at the intersection of 2 of the country's longest highways and home to one of the busiest and most accessible airports in the country. It's easy to get to the Twin Cities and experience everything in Minnesota campus. More than 1,000 beautiful acres of towering hills, thanks to an unrivaled combination, offers one of the most unique backdrops of any university in the nation. The Twin Cities nurtures an amazing family of global businesses. 19 Fortune 500 companies were born and continue to live in the Twin Cities, including huge...
Start it over.
The University of Minnesota campus, more than 1,000 beautiful acres of towering elms and open green spaces, offers one of the most unique backdrops of any university in the nation. The scenic skylines of a bustling, world-class metropolitan area, the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul, home to 3.4 million people. Minneapolis-St. Paul is certainly not your typical sleepy college town. Situated at the intersection of 2 of the country's longest highways and home to one of the busiest and most accessible airports in the country, it's easy to get to the Twin Cities and experience everything it has to offer. Minneapolis-St. Paul is one of the happiest areas in the U.S. thanks to an unrivaled combination of business, education, entertainment, and recreation. The Twin Cities nurtures an amazing family of global businesses. 19 Fortune 500 companies were born and continue to live in the Twin Cities, including huge employers United Health, Target, Best Buy, General Mills, U.S. Bank, and 3M. The country's largest privately owned company, Cargill, is also a product of the Twin Cities. In addition to some of the world's largest businesses, the Twin Cities is home to a thriving community of startup companies, hundreds in all, that embody the entrepreneurial spirit that built the strong Twin Cities business community. A vibrant, well-educated population fosters a diverse collection of entertainment options in the Twin Cities. Minneapolis-St. Paul is one of very few metropolitan areas to have a team in every major North American sports league and a Division I university. Minneapolis-St. Paul has hosted Final Fours, the Super Bowl, Stanley Cup Finals, and World Series games, as well as the MLB, NBA, and NHL All-Star games. The Twin Cities has a rich history of live music, which pours out of destinations in every neighborhood, including right here on campus. As the premier metro area in the 5-state region, Minneapolis-St. Paul is a popular destination for acts of all sizes. We have large arenas that attract national and worldwide tours, including our own TCF Bank Stadium, and more intimate settings like legendary First Avenue and the on-campus Varsity Theater. While live music is one of its cornerstones, entertainment in the Twin Cities caters to a variety of interests. The Twin Cities has a nationally recognized live theater scene, one which frequently features top Broadway productions, as well as award-winning locally produced shows. The Twin Cities hosts hundreds of festivals every year. These include massive outdoor concerts, art fairs that stretch for miles down city streets, nationally recognized film and theater festivals, some of the country's largest cultural celebrations, and of course, the Minnesota State Fair, known for serving almost any imaginable food on a stick. Nowhere in the United States can match Minneapolis-St. Paul for outdoor recreation. Getting out and staying active is a big part of life in the Twin Cities, and a major reason why it is regularly recognized as the healthiest metro area in the U.S., including recognition of Minneapolis as America's healthiest city in 2014. Minneapolis makes it easy to relax and enjoy a summer afternoon outdoors by providing more than 50 miles of dedicated bike trails, the nation's premier urban park system, and picturesque beaches along the many lakes within the city's limits. Even the simple things, like grabbing a bite to eat, are better in the Twin Cities than anywhere else in the country. Of course, one of the most popular destinations in the Twin Cities is the world-famous Mall of America, with an extensive roster of stores and restaurants, plus a giant indoor aquarium and the nation's largest indoor amusement park. With something for everybody, it's easy to see why Minneapolis-St. Paul is such an extraordinary place to live. With its gorgeous campus and globally recognized educational opportunities, nestled comfortably at the center of this incredible area, the University of Minnesota offers a one-of-a-kind collegiate experience that no other school in the nation can match.
I think it's too fast, am I right? Too fast for you to understand well? I think you can see from the pictures that the city and the university is a very clean, easy place to live. It is one of the reasons that I've lived there so many years, since 1986, I guess. I had been asked in the past to go to other places and other universities, and I chose not to go because I love living in Minnesota and in the cities. My children went to very excellent schools, and so we have connections, and you will see excellent schools in our area if you come to see our programs. The cities were built to live in, and as a result, there is a lot of green space. There are many parks. There are lakes in both cities that you can walk around, bike, enjoy, skate in the summer. skate in the winter. And so it's a very easy, beautiful place to live. I wouldn't say that if I didn't believe it. I wouldn't mislead you. There are also many ecologies in the state. We have more than 10,000 lakes in the state. And so we do a lot of fishing and a lot of boating. We have more boats per capita than any state in the country. I have a small one. So there are many outdoor activities. There are arts. There are only city in the United States with 2 world-class symphony orchestras. Not even New York City has 2. And many theater on campus. So it's a good place to be and a good place to live. Our transportation system is good, and I think we now have more miles of bike path than any major city in the country. Maybe Portland, Oregon has more, but not much. Any questions you have about the city so far? I won't show you the pictures of the campus. It will take too long. You have this website on what you were handed, so you can go look at both these when you want to. As I said, the campus is very large. One part is in Minneapolis, the other part is in St. Paul. They are very easily connected by a very good university bus system. I use it all the time. And the Mississippi River runs right through the campus and kind of separates the 2 cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul. The campus is a research university, but the teaching is outstanding. My children have 7 degrees from the University of Minnesota. And not because I tried to get them to go away from home, but they wouldn't, and try someplace else, but they have, and they've all been very, very successful there. So some in the sciences. My one son works in computer sciences, designs computer systems for the university. You heard them mention Cargill. My other son is a genetic engineer, I guess, molecular and cellular biologist, works with bioinformatics for Cargill, one of the largest food companies in the world. So we like it. I work out of the STEM Education Center, and the STEM Education Center is our attempt to conduct research and do teaching related to STEM education. For the program you will be in, you would have some exposure to ideas from STEM education, but most of what you do will be in your subjects, because our state laws for teacher license is still subject by subject. It will, in the next 3 or 4 years, change to be more like STEM education, more integrated, but right now it is subject by subject. So you'll see a little bit of the new ideas. The other thing about my campus and my STEM center is that we use and work with many scientists and mathematicians around the country. And if you have questions about this, you can ask Cohen. He knows more about the university than I do. Isn't that right, Cohen? You know more than I do. Cohen studied with me at University of Minnesota. We work on STEM integration. We work on curriculum development and teaching, assessment, learning and cognition. These are just some of the areas in which we do work. And the program is offered by the university, by the college, by my department, Curriculum and Instruction, and by the STEM Center. So we have layers of support for you, and all of these different groups will be involved in helping us operate the program. I don't know if I mentioned, no, I don't think I did. My college has, I might have taken this slide out, maybe it's later, I don't remember. My college has been working with people in Thailand for more than 80 years. And we have had some amazing Thai students come through our college, including Dr. Wichit Dr. Somong Padiyanyawat, Dr. Tong Ngyen, Dr. Suchin Wasarateranun. All of these people have and are still prominent leaders in education in Thailand. So we have a lot of experience with people in Thailand. I've been to Thailand almost 70 times. Since 1991, I've been coming 2 or 3 times a year. And I get lonely, this is true, I get lonely if I don't come every 4 or 6 months. It's a second home for me, I love it here. So we have a lot of experience. We also have a large Thai student organization on campus. And they've been just outstanding to help new students coming in. The primary goals of the program are to have you become more competent with understanding how to teach. And I think we want you to develop, what should I say, reasons for your teaching. We want you to learn new skills and new ways, some of which you will have already seen in your programs. Some will be new. But a big part is for you to think a little differently about what to do and why you should do those things at certain times. So it will, we think, extend your background in that way. We want enhanced language skills by your experiences. We want you to have experience with American culture. And if we can, we want you to participate in state and national conferences and organizations. That may mean, and I've built into the thinking about the budget, the possibility of you're going to at least one of the national meetings someplace in the United States. You will be participating with our students in their master's degree program. You won't get the master's degree, you won't be there long enough, you won't take enough credits, and you already will have a master's degree. But the nice part about that is that you will be working with American students in programs like you've been, and we will expect that you will contribute to what they learn. It is not just that we're going to be wonderful and tell you everything you need to know. We really do expect that you will contribute to what our students learn. And that's why I talk about working together. We do a lot of things collaboratively in small groups with among and across students. And you'll also be able to participate in some of our seminars at times. We have one coming up in November. I don't know if you know the name or not. Very famous in science education, a man named Joe Novak. And Dr. Novak has written about conceptual change work back in the beginning of those ideas. He's a friend of mine, and he's going to come and speak in November, so we have a lot of that. Our programs are based on research and on best practices. So we will have you think about and see some of the research behind what we teach, but also to learn from the excellent teachers about their best practices. And we will have, in addition to the courses I'll describe, a year-long seminar where you will have to deal with me because I'll probably be teaching the seminar. And I will stay with you all year long. We will have a graduate student that will be with you all year long to help you understand American culture, American education, the university, and where you buy pencils. It's quite a large, complicated place. So we will try to do all of those kinds of things for you. And you'll work with experienced teachers in American schools. The courses that you take and the experiences in the schools and the seminar that I do will be highly interrelated. So when we talk to you and work with you on learning to do a particular method of teaching science or mathematics, we will have you try to do those things in the school as much as we can. We will also have you examine what happens in the schools, things you see. Some of the things you see will be surprising. Some of them you may think are not a very good idea, and that's okay, because we need to hear from you about your ideas and your thinking about our schools and our program. So we expect you to contribute to what we learn and what we know. And I know from experience that this happens all the time with Thai students I've had. The assignments in the courses and in the teaching experience, we will change somewhat because you already have a license, teaching experience, methods courses, you will have had those. So we will work on somewhat different assignments that are to help you extend your understanding and background. They may or may not be the same as what we have our students do. Sometimes they will, other times maybe not. We were just talking about this. We're going to try to have you come in the middle of July, because that's the first course in our program. We don't know if we can make your schedule and our schedule match. If we do not, then we think you can come in very late August or early September. So we have that to work out. And we would start with an introductory course where we're not in the schools. It occurs in the summer, and it's about using laboratories in science teaching and about teaching students to learn to inquire, and it's about teaching by inquiry. And I know that that is a part of Thai law, is that your teaching has to become student-centered, and that's a big part, that is the most important part of what we do. So you'll learn some new methods, and you'll do some inquiries of your own, some small studies perhaps of what you see happening in classrooms and of other people teaching. And when I say small studies, I mean small. They will be practical. We will have you examine what the teacher does in how they question their students for a day or two and report what happens with that. So these are kind of mini studies, and we have our students do these too. In the fall semester, we teach with what I think you call lower secondary. Here it's grades 7, 8, and 9. For us, it's usually 6, 7, and 8. But we start with the younger students because we want for two reasons. One's very practical. Most of the new jobs will be available in grades 6, 7, and 8 in Minnesota. The other reason, though, is we want our teachers who go to teach in the upper secondary to understand something about the younger children and where they're coming from and what their experiences have been like. And that's an important part. You will often be doing reflections on your own teaching and on watching others. We're going to ask you to stop and think about what happened, mostly to ask, boy, why did that teacher do that? Or why did I do that? It didn't work. Whatever, but we'll ask you to do a lot of reflection. And that course is related to what you do in schools, because you'll be out in schools at the same time. Spring semester, we call it spring semester, even if it starts in the middle of the winter. It starts in January, and this is more working with in our schools, grades 9, 10, 11, and 12. Probably for most of you, 10, 11, 12. And the course has similar goals. This course and part of the program has similar goals, but what we do is to ask for more depth, more sophistication, more detail, deeper reflections, deeper inquiries, and with the older students, and with a different curriculum. Hello? Yeah, didn't want to do that. There you go, thank you. And this is the seminar that I probably will teach and work with you. It runs all across the program. So with myself and probably a graduate student, you'll have good support. The other thing I should mention to you is that we like to have fun when we're there, and we do. We look at this work as being challenging and fun. We'd rather it not be painful. We also will be able to support you with English